All right, so I'm gonna be monitoring the chat separately. So sorry if there's a delay. If this is your first time here, my name is Patrick, the creator of All Day I Eat Like a Shark, where I share Japanese recipes each week to teach you how to cook Japanese food with one video at a time. So today we are going to be making several things. The main theme for today's episode is going to be tofu, or hiyayakko, which is a cold tofu appetizer. If this is your first time here on my Facebook page, consider liking this video or sharing it. If it's your first time here on my YouTube channel, consider subscribing. So yeah, with that, let's get started. So I have some of my ingredients ready to go. What are we going to do first? Let me think. So I wanted to make a avocado salad as a second side dish. So I have 2 avocados here if you're wondering what they're doing. I have some green onions that I've chopped for the tofu. I have some wasabi, some soy sauce, and some mirin. This is also going to be for the avocado, so I'm going to set that aside. Wasabi powder. I have some ponzu here and some umeboshi. So I'm going to actually turn on my broiler and we're going to cook this salmon. So this is king salmon that I had marinated in koji. This is the same koji that I used for the steak that I did back in season 1. So if you've missed that episode, check it out. Basically, I salted the fish for about 10-15 minutes, and then I patted it dry after the excess liquid and moisture came out. And then the next thing that I did was I rubbed some koji over it, shio koji. That's what this stuff is. Those are actually little rice grains, and it adds a very unique flavor. You still get to taste the salmon, so it doesn't cover up the salmon flavor. If you don't like salmon, it's not going to make you be able to eat salmon, but it's definitely a good way to enhance the flavor. And actually go ahead and get my baking tray ready, or baking sheet. And question of the day, what is your favorite way to eat tofu? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear. I'm actually working on a tofu book right now. Hey Orand, good to see you. I'm working on putting together a tofu recipe book. It's going to be my first ebook, or my first cookbook. So I'm trying to launch that by the end of this month, so keep your eyes out. I'm actually going to go into hibernation for a little bit. Not necessarily hibernation. I'm going to go to focus on that book and try to get it ready for you guys, and make sure that all the recipes are going to be good to use. So here's one large piece. Here's the other piece. So you can see this is a really big fillet. I'm just going to put this in the broiler for about 5 minutes or so. Take off the excess shio koji because it's going to burn. And I might need to flip these because these are really thick pieces. So if you have thinner pieces, then what you can do is you won't need to flip them. So that's the benefit of using something thinner. All right, so broiler's preheating up. It's preheating in my oven. And once that gets nice and warm, I'll put that in. Don't need this anymore. Put that away. And we can get started on our tofu. So, if you've never heard of hiyayakko before, it's basically cold tofu, and you can prepare it any number of different ways, making sure that my image isn't blocking me. I think the first time that I ever ate this hiyayakko tofu was probably with katsuobushi, a little bit of ginger, and soy sauce, shoyu. It's a pretty classic way to eat it. And I don't know why I'm doing this over here. I should do this over the sink. So we'll let the tofu drain. So if you want to really enhance your flavor, the flavor of the tofu, one tip I would share with you, if you have not done this before, is boil out the excess water. So there's 2 ways you can get the excess water out of tofu. One of them is boiling it in hot water for a few minutes. The other is to put some heavy weights on top of it, and that'll squeeze out the excess water. But that takes a lot longer, and it's a lot messier. So what I do is I usually just boil it for a few minutes. Today, since we're making a bunch of other dishes, I'm not going to do that, but I'll just soak up the excess moisture with a paper towel. So I'm going to cut this into, I'm going to cut it in half the long way, and then I'm going to cut it into little sections. Actually, I'm going to cut it in half, one more, and one more. So it's going to be in 4 long pieces, and then we're going to cut it into thirds. And this will give us little bite-sized pieces for our plate, which will look nice presentation-wise. So we're going to go ahead and use this thing. I'm going to put on another paper towel here. This is just temporarily, just to make some space. So there's one little block. There's another block. And another block. So like I had mentioned in the YouTube description, there's 3 different toppings that we're making today. Facebook, I didn't put that there yet. I'll put it after the video. We'll go ahead and let the excess water soak up right there. And go ahead and put this on one of my other plates. So the first sauce that we're going to be making is going to be a negi shio. So negi shio is just translated, that means onion and salt. So we're going to use green onions. I have some prepared. And we're just going to add a little bit of sesame oil and pepper to make our topping. So it's a really simple topping that showcases the flavor of the tofu, which is what we're trying to do today. And what was I going to get? There's a little bug. So green onions, you want to use about 3. I have 3. This is probably about 2. Actually. So I'm going to put them all in here. This will be our sauce. So this little glass jar is supposed to be a half of a cup. So this is a half a cup's worth of green onion, roughly. We're going to throw on some black pepper. You can also use white pepper if you want. Just a taste, and then salt. So I'm going to use my fancy pink Himalayan salt, which if you probably did a blind taste test, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between white salt and pink salt. At least I don't think I would be able to. I should try it one of these days. I'm going to put in about 1/4 teaspoon's worth. And then I'm going to put in about a tablespoon's worth of sesame oil. This really gives it a lot of flavor, a lot of nutty sesame flavor. Oops. So about a tablespoon's worth. And we'll mix it all together, and then this will be our first topping that'll be ready to use. So pretty easy, right? It's going to be the first tofu block. You can see that there's excess moisture already getting soaked up by the paper towel, which is what we want. Okay, so the first topping is ready to go. The second one I was going to do was the umeboshi, which is pickled plum. This one's in shiso, actually. I don't think this one, this is just salt. So no shiso in this one. I like my umeboshi to be sour. There's a flying rubber band there. Some people like it sweet. These are also marinated in honey, but I like mine sour, so I always get shiso or salt. So we're just going to use 2 pieces today. And we're going to add a little bit of soy sauce and katsuobushi flakes, which is this. So this is the same stuff that's used to make dashi. Adds plenty of flavor and is a very refreshing way to eat your tofu. So let me grab another. I'll just use this little bowl here. So we'll get these little nuts, or the seeds out. We just want the meat, the good part. And these seeds actually have a lot of flavor. If you've had them before, you can suck on them for a little bit, kind of like candy, but they're sour. And then we'll add in about a teaspoon or two of soy sauce, and then about a tablespoon's worth of the katsuobushi flakes, and that'll make up our second topping. So pretty straightforward and pretty freaking delicious. All right. So good. Okay, so we're making good time here. Like I said, we just want about a tablespoon's worth, so not too much. All right, so that looks good, and then about a teaspoon or two of soy sauce. Okay, and this is going to be our second topping. So if you want to see how it looks close up, you want to try to break apart the umeboshi as much as possible. Sometimes I just use my knife if I'm making a bigger batch, but today we're keeping it pretty small. Just going to break them apart a little bit better. It's like I'm doing surgery. What's that board game where you play doctor and you try to get the little bones and organs out of the guy? I forgot what it's called. All right, so there's our second sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off because it looks like most of the water has come out. I'm gonna put them at an angle just for the sake of presentation. And the last sauce that I was going to make was going to be a shiso and ponzu based sauce with grated ginger. So I have some shiso leaves here. Got these from my mom's garden. I've been meaning to grow my shiso, but I haven't gotten around to it yet this summer. So you want to cut this up into little thin strips, as thin as possible. Just like basil, here's a little trick for cutting your shiso. You can roll it up into like a little bundle and then slice it that way. And it's a very aromatic herb. So as soon as you cut it, all those good delicious aromatics should be flying up to your nose. So there's 2 leaves of shiso, and then I'm going to put in about 2 teaspoons worth of ponzu. This is actually ponzu from Aomori, which is in the northern part of Japan, and it's made with apple vinegar. So usually they'll use like a citrus vinegar as like the traditional lemon ponzu. This one's a little bit different, so I'm just putting in about 2 teaspoons worth. Just a little bit more. And we're going to grate some ginger. Let's see. Now I'll just use the big piece. And I usually use my microplane to grate ginger. I don't know what you guys use. The microplane works pretty well. We only need a little bit, so it's more so to enhance the flavor of everything else because ginger is also aromatic, and it goes really well with shiso if you've never had that combination before. It's a winning combo. So like I said, we just need a little bit. All right. Hey Vicky, welcome to the show today. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It actually feels like summer today. Well, I don't know about where you guys are at, but it's been warm all week in the upper 80s, which is nice. I'm actually going to go camping this weekend, so that'll be good to get away out into nature. Just making sure that my streams are healthy. Looks like they're doing good. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together. Oh yeah, so this sauce is ready to go. The negi shio is also ready to go. I'm gonna clean up a little bit here. We don't need the umeboshi. Cream cheese is for the avocado salad. All right, so I'm just getting a little serving spoon here. So the first one, what should we do? We'll do like a little green sandwich, I guess. Let's go ahead and put this over here so you can see it a little bit better. Can you guys see it better? Yeah. All right. Let me make sure that you guys can get a good view. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the negi shio on the side. Just like that. I don't know what your favorite part of the green onion is. I used to like the green part, but now I think I like the white part. It just has a lot more flavor. All right. So there's the first one. The second one is going to be the umeboshi. I'm going to go ahead and put that on here. Okay, so there's that one. And then the last one is the shiso with ponzu. Put a little chunk right there. What is this? Ginger got in. Oops. And then we'll put in some of the ponzu sauce. Add in some grated ginger. And then our first little recipe for today will be finished. Okay. So there's our grated ginger. Smells delicious. I don't know about you, but I love ginger. All right, so there's our first dish for today. This is hiyayakko, 3 different ways. We have the negi shio on the right side, the umeboshi in the middle, and then we have some ponzu with ginger and shiso on the left side. So I won't eat it yet. I know it tastes good because I made it before. I need to take some pictures for this. It may end up in my tofu cookbook, perhaps. So let's go ahead and get started with the other recipes. I think my oven should be preheated already. So I have the broiler on, it's at 525. Like I said, this is wild salmon with shiokoji, marinated for 1 day. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here for a few minutes. Ow. Almost burned myself. So I'm gonna watch that clock. I'm gonna broil it for about 5 minutes or so. And let's see, the next thing that I was gonna do, so I wanted to make an avocado salad for a side. I was gonna do miso soup, but it's kind of warm today, so I didn't feel like eating hot miso soup. So forgive me. Vicky, are you hungry? Maybe you should come over. Fly over here from the East Coast, I'll feed you. And yes, I can eat tofu as well, just with a little bit of shoyu, soy sauce. It's delicious. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the avocado salad. So this is a interesting avocado salad, which you may or may not like, depending on if you like cream cheese and if you like wasabi. So I thought this was a pretty tasty combination the first time I made it, so I wanted to share it with you. Let's make some space here. So I'm going to get some juice, lemon juice. The key to using lemon, or the key to prevent your avocado from turning brown, is lemon or lime. That's why guacamole, if you've noticed, doesn't turn brown. It's because they put lime usually, or lemon, and that helps the avocado from getting oxidized. So that's what that's going to be for. I'm going to grab a bowl. So we're going to cube the avocado into little cubes, and we're going to dress it with lemon. Actually, I'm not going to put it in yet. And that'll help to keep the avocados nice and green. So that's key. Nobody wants to eat brown avocados, right? I don't want to eat a brown avocado. I like my avocados green. So these are pretty good size avocados. Sometimes they come really big, sometimes they come really little. So nice and creamy. And once we cube these, we're going to put them into the bowl and throw on some lemon juice while we prepare the dressing. All right. So I think it's been a few minutes. I'm going to check on my salmon. All right, I need to turn it over because they're really big pieces today. So I'm going to use my tongs to flip it. So you can see they're getting nice and, ouch. They're getting nice and cooked on one side, but since they're thick, this has a bunch of shiokoji on it. I'm going to get that off. Okay. So this, all the shiokoji stuck there on the bottom side. I'm going to get that off so it doesn't burn. All right, so we'll leave that in there for another couple minutes, and then it should be done. Let's get back to cubing these. All right, so we'll just cut them in half again, and then in half again, half again, and in half again. Avocados are one of my favorite fruits. They aren't really used in Japanese cuisine very often. I mean, I don't think they're native to Japan, so that's one reason. Okay, so got some nice big chunks right there. Just gonna go ahead and scoop it out with a spoon. Oops. Piece of skin got stuck. Boo. I hate it when there's like a little thin piece of skin and it follows the avocado meat. Okay, there's one half. It's the second half. It's not really a half, it's more like a quarter. So if you've never had real wasabi before, you know, I actually used to not like wasabi when I was a kid. Yeah, I love avocados. But yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't like wasabi. And I think it's because I never had the real thing growing up. until I had it in Japan. That's when I realized that it's similar to horseradish, but it's not like horseradish at all. And the flavor is just so good when you have the real thing. Okay, I'm going to turn off the oven. I think it should be done. Don't want to overcook my salmon. Oh yeah, I was going to garnish my negi shio with some sesame seeds. Forgot about that. You reminded me, Vicky. Thank you for the reminder. All right, so these are avocados are done. I'm going to take out my salmon. Should be ready by now. Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks so good. Whew. You gotta be careful when you're using a towel and it's wet, because it turns into steam and you can burn yourself very easily, like I just did. So this is how the shiokoji salmon looks. Really, really smells good. Cannot wait to eat this. And like I mentioned before, it's super easy to make. All you need is the shiokoji and salt, and it tastes phenomenal. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put on some lemon juice here on the avocado before it starts to turn brownish. Just a little bit, just enough so that it's coated nicely. And then here, the other ingredients that I have, this is about a tablespoon of mirin, a tablespoon of soy sauce, and the wasabi. This is about a teaspoon of wasabi paste. We're going to mix it all together, make a dressing. So there's the mirin and the soy sauce, and then the wasabi. I'm going to make sure that the wasabi is evenly mixed into the soy sauce and mirin. You may be familiar with wasabi joyu, which is wasabi mixed into soy sauce. Goes really good with steak. So I'm going to make sure that that's mixed in there as much as possible. And then the next thing that we're going to be doing is adding in cream cheese. So this is 1/3 of a block of cream cheese. I actually made a rare Japanese cheesecake the other week, so this is what's left over. This adds a lot of flavor. Goes really well with avocado. Ever had cream cheese with avocado? This is a good recipe to try. Okay, so the dressing is just about dissolved. Looks like there's a few chunks in there. Let me get those out. You know, one way that you can make your wasabi more potent, more powerful, if you don't think if it's not spicy enough for you, you can add wasabi powder. So usually add a little bit to it. Okay, so here's the dressing. It's ready to be added to the avocados. I'm going to throw that in there. And then this is the block of cream cheese, full fat cream cheese. We're just going to cube this into little cubes, about the same size as the avocados. Actually, I'm going to cut these up. And then we're just going to mix everything together. This is your tuna cream cheese avocado salad with, or not tuna. I don't know why I said tuna. This is your cream cheese avocado salad with wasabi, soy sauce, and mirin, and a little bit of lemon. So it's very rich, as you can tell. All this cheese, and avocado has a lot of fat too. But it tastes quite good. All right. Any questions? Comments? What do you guys think about this avocado salad? Have you had anything like it before? Let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a plate. And then we'll top this off with a little bit of wasabi powder for a little kick. All right. Delicious. Delicious. Okay, so this is the wasabi powder. Got this when I was in Japan a few months ago. Just going to use a little spoon. I'm just going to top it off. All right, and that's that. So like I said, I was going to put on some sesame seeds that I toasted. So these are toasted white sesame seeds. I forgot to garnish my little negi with it. And I made everything that I wanted to make. So not too bad in half an hour, right? So we have our shiokoji salmon. We have hiyayakko, which is cold tofu, 3 different ways, 3 different toppings. Negi shio, umeboshi, and shiso with ponzu and ginger. And then we have a creamy avocado and cream cheese salad with soy sauce and wasabi. So let me know what you guys think. If you've made anything like this before in the past, let me know. I would love to hear your experiences as well. My roommate, Emmy, is not here right now. She'll be coming home in a bit. And I'm sure she's going to be wanting to eat this all up. So I think this is episode 6 of live Japanese cooking, summer 2018. I think that next week, episode 8, will be the last, since I need to concentrate on getting my little tofu cookbook out on time. Make sure that it looks good, pictures are good, recipes are good. And I will still have videos posted every Wednesday. I have a very long backlog of videos that I've been recording. It's a lot easier to record videos than it is to edit them. So that's why I have such a backlog of videos. So be on the lookout for those each Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Next Wednesday, I think we'll be doing something sweet to round things out this summer. I'm thinking potentially strawberry shortcake, Japanese strawberry shortcake, Japanese cheesecake potentially, maybe even ice cream, not sure yet. If you have any requests, let me know. I will take that into consideration. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining, Vicky and Oran. It was good to see you. Other than that, have a great rest of your week, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. All right, see you guys later. All right, and you YouTube guys, make sure to consider subscribing, or subscribe and hit that button with the little alarm bell on the bottom to the right if you would like to see more videos like this. And let me know if you guys have any questions or comments in the comments below.